So, welcome everybody to the National Counties Cricket Show. And once again, as we enter a weekend coming up with more NCCA cricket, we're back to the T20 competition this weekend. I'm joined by a guest from another NCCA county, and this time we're going all the way down south, not quite as far south as we can get, but almost there, to sunny Devon. And joining us is Lawrence Walker. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. Thank you, Ian. Thank you very much for having me.
Absolute pleasure, mate. Absolute pleasure. Your name, I'm gonna ask. Seem to have been around Devon for years now, but you're still a young guy, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been county age groups from age of 10 onwards. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been good.
And it's been what 3 or 4 years now of senior Devon cricket for you, playing in the NCCA. And if I'm looking at the numbers correctly, you got your first Premier League ton last year, got your first NCCA ton last year. You must feel as though you're now sort of, I hate to use this phrase, but coming of age and starting to really grow into that sort of level of cricket.
Yeah, I mean it's not been easy. It's obviously it's a good standard of cricket. Yeah, it's been tough, but yeah, don't want to speak too early, but feel like I'm getting a bit more comfortable and backing my own ability a bit more, which is nice.
Absolutely. And I'm guessing you're not at university now?
Yes, yeah, first year at Loughborough.
Right. Oh, you're at Loughborough now. So,
Yes, yeah,
so even more cricket involved up there, obviously.
yeah, a bit of cricket there as well. So obviously really good facilities. Trying to make the most of those. That's good fun.
The best facilities in the country, to be frank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent. So do you feel as though the balance is right for you? You've got to just sort of find that Premier League weekend, the university cricket, the NCCA. There's a lot of cricket going on, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot of cricket going on, but I think, well, as we all know, I don't think anyone wants it any other way, really. Especially in the summer, it's good to get out there as much as possible, spend time with the crease. So, yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good.
Definitely. Hey, let's have a look how you guys have been going at Devon through the season. We're going to try and get through every single county this year on the National Counties Cricket Show. And we just set off there very quickly. The season started in the trophy for you guys, and is it fair to say that the trophy, the 50 overs, didn't go exactly the way you wanted because you won the first game, lost the next, won the next one, lost the next. You must have been bloody frustrated to sort of not quite put two together.
Yeah, it was. We played some really good cricket in that 4 or 5 week period, really. And looking back, obviously, yeah, really frustrating not to qualify through to the quarterfinals like we did last year.
Mhm.
But then again, I think there's loads of positives to take from it heading into the T20 block, obviously now and then the 3 days later on. Yeah, we played good cricket, just weren't really able to string together a game by game. But it was a young group, so yeah, we learned a lot really.
I was going to say it's a young group, and if I look at through the fixtures that you went through in the trophy, you strung together performances that seem to get better and better. And then unfortunately, you came up against the big boys of Berkshire, as they call them. And in
Yeah,
that last game, that didn't get you through to quarter. I mean, that went down to the wire as well, didn't it?
yeah, it was a great game. Obviously, always not never easy against Berkshire. Obviously,
Hmm.
a top quality outfit, but yeah, on another day maybe took our chances, might have won the game, but I mean, against good teams like that, you can't really afford to give them too many opportunities.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, Johnny Connell scored a big ton that day for them, but it wasn't until the very end when Andy Rishton and Suleiman Akhtar came in. And, Rishi is a bowler first and foremost and a batter, but actually, it was those two that got them over the line with just a couple of bowls to spare. Otherwise, you'd have been in the quarterfinals, I think, wouldn't you?
Exactly that. It was only a couple balls off. But yeah, no, it was a cracking game to be part of actually. That was good fun.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the tables now. I think if I remember rightly, you ended up going out on net run rate in the trophy. So you weren't exactly a million miles off, but it just shows that that young side's got plenty of capability going forward in that 50 overs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's loads of potential, 1 to 11 really, and then even in the wider squad as well, competition for places is very strong as well. So yeah, it's a great place to be in. And, obviously, next year, hopefully, we can expand on that.
I'm going to ask you before we talk T20, is 50 over or T20 your strongest suit, or can't you wait for that red ball?
Or as a team, do you mean?
As a team,
I'd say, it's a great question. I'd hmm, say we all love 3 day cricket. Really, I think it's kind of the pinnacle.
yeah.
There's 3 days of hard fought cricket, and then you get a win at the end of it. It's probably say ours is what we want the most.
And for yourself, I could tell from your face, that's the answer for yourself, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it probably is.
It
All
is.
close though.
We're not far off from getting started in that now, but we do have to still get through these last batch of T20 group games. And you guys have got your last group games coming up this weekend. Is it fair to say that you're going to have to win both games, but at the same time, maybe results go in your favour for you to qualify for the Super 12s? And again, it's been a bit in and out, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly that. It's been kind of win one, lose one on the day, really. Yeah, I mean, all we can do on Sunday is win both games, really, and see what happens. But yeah, we played some really good cricket. As a very, very young group, really. So, but yeah, we played some good cricket, and hopefully other results go away. But we've got to do our job first and foremost.
Yeah, we did. The whole T20 started off with the Derby game for you games against Cornwall, which
Yeah.
that's always the big one. And I'm sure the disappointment there of coming out with two losses on that day, that doesn't bode you well in the first place. But the first game was it first game? The first game was the close one.
Second game.
The second game was very close. It went down to the last over almost again. Yeah, Cornwall were a big side in terms of capability, especially this year. I think they're even stronger. Did you guys come out of that thinking, okay, if we're almost there with Cornwall, we know that the rest of the group we should be able to manage?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we knew Cork were really, really good T20 outfit, really.
Yeah,
So as a group, we were quite happy to almost play them first, just kind of see the benchmark of what we want to be achieving, really.
yeah.
Obviously, they're probably 3 or 4 years ahead on the cycle compared to us. So yeah, it was really good to play those guys and kind of see what the standard is,
Mhm.
and almost learn from that straight away. A bit of a tough learning first, second game, but they're definitely happy that we played those boys first.
Yeah, and then you moved on to Wiltshire and the away games up there. It's not the longest drive, but actually still a big drive for you guys on a Saturday night to get up there for the Sunday. You won one, lost one again. The one that you won was a tightish affair, shall we call it? Sorry, the one that you lost was a tightish affair, whereas the one that you won. I look at this and think you won comfortably in the end. Wiltshire scored 169. You guys got it with four down. Only sorry, two balls to spare. It's too early for me to speak. But it was a comfortable chase in the end, wasn't it? With Callum Harvey, yourself, Ben Privet, all in the runs.
Yeah, I mean that was another great game to be a part of. We changed a few things up that game, so for them to work straight away was really nice. And obviously, Cal Harvey played a bit of a blinder of an innings for us, really, just to
Yeah.
see us home. So that was yeah, really good.
And in terms of the sides you've played so far, so you've played Cornwall, you've played Wiltshire, and then you've played Dorset, who we know have got a great white ball outfit because they're in the trophy final in a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, what have you seen amongst those sides where you've thought that's what we need to attain to?
Um, it's a great question. I think the main thing is maybe the power play. It almost feels like yeah, each team kind of makes the most of their power play. Obviously, we've done well in that as well, and that's what we're trying to keep on getting better at. But yeah, it feels like yeah, the power play. Everyone's trying to make the most of those first 6 overs, obviously, and they're doing that with great success, really. So that's been something that we can probably learn off quite well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what's interesting in your group is when I look across all of the scores, there's been no runaway wins either.
Mm.
It's been a tight group amongst all of the counties, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's taken everyone. I wouldn't say apart from maybe one or two innings or one or two good performances of the ball. I don't think there's been anyone who's really stood out for us. Almost, it's been a great team effort.
Yeah.
Um, each kind of man has stepped up each game, and yeah, so that's been really, really good signs for the future. I think.
Yeah, and I think also, I mean, this is one of the things that the NCCA wanted because of the timing of the end of the T20 versus the trophy this year. The scores have gradually got higher and higher, and within your group, you guys scored 188 against Dorset. Dorset then scored 195 against you in a game. You could just see we're getting towards that 180, 200 sort of games rather than those low scoring thrillers.
Yeah, exactly, and it probably promotes better cricket as well, especially for T20. Everyone wants high scoring games, thrillers really. So yeah, I think this year definitely the scores have got a lot bigger, and that's probably due to moving the games back.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think that's one of the best decisions that's been made. And obviously, it means there's a number of you guys who are playing for your national counties are mirroring what's happening in the Blast at the moment, and therefore, there might be someone gets picked up for the Blast one day. That would be the ideal, wouldn't it? Because be seen by the first class counties as this guy's in form. Let's grab him and use him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone. I think that's what most people want, really. Just to put solid performances in, and then it's a great level of cricket, but everyone's always, most people are striving to get the best out of themselves and try and perform at the highest level they can, really.
Yeah, I mean, talking about yourself and your own sort of career so far, you've been in the setup for over 10 years now for Devon, from sort of pathway cricket all the way through
Mm.
the age groups. Have you seen it as a real exponential change in the last year or two when you've gone into that senior level and from Devon development 11, I think they call it, and then have you seen that big step up for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I think last year wasn't my first full year playing for the county. And yeah, I think obviously I grew into it a bit more and more and got a bit more comfortable. Um, but yeah, I mean, the first couple of games, definitely you can see the level of, for me as a batter, the bowling was, it's the cliches of not many bad balls, tactics, things like that. So yeah, it was really good learning curve. You have to
Hmm.
learn on your feet and learn straight away, which has done my game a world of good, really.
And would I be right in saying then last year where you got your ton in the 3-day game,
Mm.
that was where you could find yourself just bedding yourself in a bit more rather than, in that first full season, as you say, for the county, you've got to go hard and fast in the T20. You've got to
Mm.
go a little bit fast, but you can take a bit of time in the 50. But at least in the championship, you could really be a batter.
Yeah, exactly. That was nice. It was just to try and spend as much time in the crease as possible, really. And the way the game kind of set itself up, it kind of allowed me to do that as well. So yeah, it's good learning from everyone as well. It's been brilliant, like from Cal Haggett obviously last year, and then Matt Thompson last year and this year as well.
Mhm.
Um, so to learn from those kind of guys and back with those and see how they think about the game has done me a world of good.
Yeah, and I think that's the nice thing about your group. You're quite a young group in general, but you have got some, sorry, Matt, more experienced players who can literally be lent on, can't they?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've got a world of experience in this kind of cricket, haven't they? So yeah, to learn off those guys and just pick nuggets of information out of them is what everyone does in our group. Really, it's a young group, so everyone's just trying to learn as quickly as possible.
And if you could change anything in your own sort of makeup as a cricketer right now, is there anything you'd change right now to sort of say, okay, this is what I need to do just to take it to the next level, that you think?
Um, yeah, it's a good question. I think captaincy's kind of helped me almost just take a bit more responsibility on in this kind of cricket. I
Yeah.
think last year, obviously, I was just a batter in the lineup, I guess,
Mhm.
trying to do my job. But this year with captaincy, obviously, it's made me just take a bit more responsibility of trying to bring games home when I can and
Yeah.
take the game by the scruff of the neck, if you like. So I think that's kind of helped me a lot so far,
Hmm.
and I'm learning to do that. So I'm just trying to carry that on, really.
Yeah. I've got to ask. I mean, you're born and bred Devon.
Mm.
How proud does it make you to be able to say, I've captained Devon as a cricket team?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real honour. I think the first game I captained was the showcase game against Somerset as well. So so it's a good one to start with, that's for sure. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at the captains that have kind of been there for Devon in the past. There's some great names in there. So just to put my name in there is a definite real pleasure.
Yeah, and I think, for anybody who's listening and playing Premier League cricket in a county that is a national county, in particular those areas, but obviously there are some Premier League players who play in first class counties as well. Yeah, to be able to make that step to not only playing for your county but captain it, it is a big thing, isn't it? Anyone who's captains Lancashire or Yorkshire, they're bloody proud of it. But the national counties is just as big.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I say it's a real honour. Been playing for Devon since I was 9 and 10. Um, so to play that captain the county there is quite cool, and to play it with a few mates as well, who I've come up the system with is
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah, you read my mind. I was going to say, and that's the nice thing. Having come all the way through the age groups, that's one of the reasons you've got such a young group in the Devon squad right now, because so many of you have played together for quite a number of years, really.
Yeah, years and years. I think a few of the boys I've been playing with since I've been 10. So yeah, it's just to play NCCA cricket with them is yeah, it's really cool.
And in terms of the way a pathway works, that is the almost ideal. I mean, the guys who run the pathway must be thrilled to have so many of you come through together almost, because that's exactly how it should work, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that was the plan really from them
Hmm.
from the start. So yeah, for that to work so far is yeah, it's been brilliant.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of your cricket at Loughborough, how you been getting on with that in your mind? Because the standards at Loughborough and UCC are it's a different level again, isn't it? I mean, would you class it somewhere between NCCA and first class or equivalent to NCCA?
Mm. Yeah, I think there's not much in between it really. I think bigger thing for me has been a good, really good winter training block. Obviously, you exposed some pretty good coaches, very good coaches, sorry, and some good players as well.
Yeah.
Um, and the opportunity to use those facilities and things like have nets all the time, gym, stuff like that, has been perfect for me, really. So to see the standard that everyone else is working at, makes you want to work as hard as well. So it's been really good.
And have you been able to take some of those learnings back to the Devon squad and back to your own club at Sanford?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's maybe mature me a little bit more as a cricketer as well, kind of seeing getting yourself out of the Devon bubble, if you like, and seeing how other people go about their business, and seeing how hard everyone works and things like that is yeah, definitely put me in good stead.
Yeah, especially when you get the likes of Tom Hinley turning up at Loughborough and
Yeah, exactly.
playing first class cricket and still coming
Yeah,
back and playing for the university.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's unbelievable. So yeah, it's always good to watch those guys play.
Exactly. And I think one of the things that we always talk about with NCCA players and coaches, and you're the perfect example of it. How on earth do you get on with the bloody travel?
Cool. It's kind of something you have to do, really. It's not we don't use it as an excuse or anything like that. It's just part and parcel of playing this kind of cricket. And you stay overnight on a Saturday, so it's not like you're traveling early morning on a Sunday or anything. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We haven't had any Cheshire away trips or anything like that this year, so it's okay.
But you've been going back and forth from Loughborough as well.
Yes, yeah. So every Friday coming back from Loughborough. Yeah.
Every Friday coming back from Loughborough to back to play for Sanford. Uh,
Yes, yeah.
I I don't think you've missed a Premier League game yet. And then
Yeah.
you're going overnight potentially to play for Devon on a Sunday, and then Sunday night back to Loughborough.
It is, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah. It's been
putting some miles on the car, but more
mm.
importantly, putting some miles and stress on the body there. How have you coped with that?
um yeah, it has been a few miles on the road, that's for sure. But got myself a lot more prioritized fitness quite a lot in the winter, which has definitely helped me a lot, to be honest. So it's not been too bad. And it's all done now. But yeah, fitness is definitely a big priority. So that's helped me a lot.
Yeah, and you're back down in Devon now, full stop. Your university's done, which will
Yes, yeah.
make life a little bit easier. And obviously, then you can start to build towards the championship and the 3 day games and getting on the road with the boys, basically.
Yeah, exactly that. So all done for university now for this year. So yeah, full concentration on cricket really, and just trying to get as many wins as possible.
Absolutely. And looking forward to this weekend. You guys, yeah, I mean, you're lucky this weekend. You're playing at one of the most beautiful grounds of the country at Eastner. Absolute stunning ground to go to. But Herefordshire, not a county that you can go up there and think we're going to walk over in the slightest in this group, is it?
No, actually not. I mean, they'll be with their scores are a great outfit as well.
Mhm.
They're relatively young, they're learning a lot. And yeah, they've got some really good cricketers in there. So again, like any other game for us, really, it'll be a great challenge. One would definitely be up for. Um, but yeah, it'd be good fun. Just try and end the T20 competition maybe with 2 wins. That'd be perfect.
Yeah, and you and Herefordshire have both had very similar records over the last few weeks of the T20 competition. So it's two like for like teams going together, isn't it? There. Do you think you guys have got to do to get over that line?
I think just trying to play. We've had snippets of really good bits of cricket, and then maybe bits where we kind of let ourselves down for five or so overs, which in T20 cricket you can't really do.
Yeah.
So probably just trying to string together a consistent game
Hmm.
will be our biggest target really, and then try and do that for 2 games will be that'd be perfect.
So if you were to score your T20 campaign out of 10 so far, I'm going to guess you're going to give it something like a 6.5.
Yeah, but I'd say 6.5, maybe a 7.
Uh-huh.
If you bear in mind a young group, so
Yeah.
it's been okay.
And what you're looking to do is get to an 8 or 9 where the batters bat, the bowlers bowl, the fielding's on point, and you put all three together at the same time.
Exactly that. Yeah, that'd be dream world.
Yeah, and if I look back at that Berkshire game in the trophy, you guys did that. I mean, to push them as hard as you did in that game, you put all three on the table there and then, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. We played. Yeah, that was a good game. We played a pretty good game, especially with the bat and ball in the against Berkshire. Um, we dropped a couple catches, which didn't help because you can't do that against a team like Berkshire. But that's been and gone now. So yeah, we've learned a lot from that game. And yeah, looking to do the same really against Herefordshire this weekend.
Yeah, wouldn't be a pod without me talking about Premier League cricket because we go on and on about it all the time. How are you finding this year in the Devon County Premier League?
Yeah, obviously playing for Sanford's always really good fun playing with really good mates. We've probably haven't had the season we wanted so far. Um,
Struggled a little bit, haven't you?
we have, yeah, which has been disappointing, but we got a good win against Plymouth on last weekend. So hopefully that's a bit of a run of form for us now. We can kind of get back to usual, if you like, from the last couple of years and get a few more wins on the board.
Yeah, you're not the only team who were top 2 or 3 last year who are right down there at the moment. I mean, you guys are one off the relegation places at the moment, having come second last year, but you're not the only team in Premier League around the country that's doing that. What do you think's been the reason for that?
Oh, um, it's a great question. I think just batters probably haven't found their form. I think we bowled pretty well so far this year. I think batters just haven't found their form, unfortunately.
Mm,
But as a batting group, I think if we like last week, everyone kind of chipped in and
yeah.
we could put a score on the board. So I imagine hopefully that'll be the same every week now, where a couple of people just stand up, and I think we'll be fine.
And that's what makes all the difference, isn't it, Stephanie? Talking to a couple of
Exactly.
people, I never do one of these pods without asking the really difficult question. Amongst all the NCCA players that you've seen this year, and you're now starting after a couple of years to get to know more of these players and see them round about. Yeah. In your own squad, give us a name for somebody, a batter or a bowler, doesn't really matter, where people might not have heard the name, and apart from Lawrence Walker, say, do you know what? Keep an eye on this one. This is a lad who we think could go a long way.
Great question. I'll say I imagine a few people heard of him, but I can say Callum Harvey,
Yeah.
new for us this year. And has been very, very consistent with bat ball and in the field as well. So I'd say probably him. He's up there.
And what about, it's always far easier to do this about the opposition. Has there been
Mm.
opposition players where you've gone, hang on a minute, and I'm not talking about getting Graham Bragg giving him more note from Cornwall. He's been there,
Yeah,
been around. Is there a youngster out there? You're a youngster yourself, but is there a youngster out there you've gone, actually,
yeah. I think the two lads who opened last week for Dorset. Um, yeah, I've never seen any power play batting like that for a while. I don't think. So I think those two boys, the way how clean they hit the ball and their game plans were pretty spot on. I thought. So I think those two. I think it's
Tripkenny?
Will, yeah, Will Tripney, and I'm not sure about the other
Is
lad.
it Finn Gordon was the other one?
Yes, yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So I
And
think those two.
yeah, and the irony being that they were without a couple of their players there in terms of what they call their first string side, aren't they? Because the Eklund boys weren't playing, so you got away with that. Joe Carson, did you face him as a bowler?
I didn't get to face him in the end, no, but he looked like he bowled pretty good left arm seamers up top as well. So yeah, they were a good outfit.
Yeah, and I think what's nice as you grow into your career with NCCA cricket is actually seeing these players as you're going round and go, there's someone to keep an eye on, there's someone to watch, and like you say, you've all still got this innate want to get as far as you can in the game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, everyone wants to get the best out of themselves, really, even if that's not playing professional cricket. I think everyone just wants to play the highest standard possible, and yeah, as I say, just be the best version of themselves as a cricketer.
Yeah,
So that's the aim. That's the aim, really.
and do you have that want and will yourself that you want to keep going to that sort of professional level over the coming years? I know university's only just started effectively, but
Yeah.
is that still on the plan for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, trying to work as hard as possible just to improve my own game, really. Score as many runs as possible and almost, kind of see what happens from there. You can't do you can't try and control your own controllables if you like, and just score as many runs and see what happens.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, I mean, there's going to be a time when you're probably going to look around doing some second team games and some trialing around the place. The challenges are there as well.
Mm.
The challenges group are not a closed group, far from it. And you can see players being brought in from Ross Whitfield from Northumberland all the way up in the north east. Why can't Lawrence Walker be brought in from all the way down the southwest? It's just getting noticed by those people, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. And it's just trying to score as many runs as possible, many consistent performances as possible, really. And yeah, as I say, see what happens if you like. But yeah, that'd be awesome.
Definitely. And looking ahead to the rest of the summer, it's a little bit out of your hands what happens in the T20 groups. You need to get these two wins, and then things have got to go in your favour to a certain extent. But then you must fancy yourselves a little bit in the 3 day.
Yeah, so yeah, this weekend, make sure we get try as hard as we can to get two wins out of two, really, and then see what happens. But yeah, I mean, it's really it's always difficult to call the 3 day cricket. Really, one win, get a couple wins, and you're flying up top, and then a couple draws, and then last year obviously down there fighting. So yeah, obviously really hard to call. Tough group as always, with a lot of quality opposition around us. But yeah, as a group, I think we should be pretty confident going into the best game.
Yeah, I mean, last year your group in the 3 day was just quite a remarkable group because obviously Berkshire run away with it, but
Mm.
the other four counties there was nothing between you basically, was there?
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting for the future, I imagine. A bit tense for us at times, I guess. But yeah, no, it was good. Every game was a great challenge for us, which is what you want really, and don't expect anything less at this level.
And I got to ask then, when you get to those 3 days, is it that Cornwall game that you look forward to the most?
Oh, I think yes, probably maybe. I say yes, but then I say every 3 day game for Devon is a great pleasure, really. So any game for us is a big game, and look to win it, really.
Yeah, and I mean, it fascinates us these sort of mini derbies that they are, and we'll get to speak with someone from Cornwall, I'm sure, in the next few weeks as well. Yeah,
Mm.
how big is that rivalry really?
Yeah, so it's a big game. Both teams are pretty desperate to win it. So yeah, it's not much more to say, but yeah, yeah, definitely want to win that one.
Well, you've got them at home this year, haven't you? You've got them at Cornwood, so you get to play at your place.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you start on the road. You've got a great trip away to Berkshire to start off the 3 day, which means you get that one out the way. Win, lose or draw doesn't really matter. But good battle down at Wargrave. You've then got a couple of weeks break before you play against Cornwall and welcome them to Cornwood. I'm looking down the fixtures now. You then go back to Eastern, where you'll be this weekend to play Herefordshire. Great place to go and play cricket. And then Oxfordshire are coming down to the best ground in the country, Sidmouth.
yeah, definitely no argument for that. That's for sure.
Yeah, and I mean, you do have the luxury of playing at some of the most beautiful grounds in the country.
Yeah, we're very very lucky. I think every ground we kind of turn up at, obviously the views, the scenic views are unbelievable. We get welcomed really nicely there, and normally get quite a good turn up from spectators as well. So yeah, very lucky down there.
Yeah, definitely. I will be putting all of those fixtures on the socials as always, and we'd say to anyone, just get down to an NCCA game on a Sunday. They're free. They are free. Why wouldn't you go and see literally the best cricket you could see in the whole country for free? That's what we all say.
Exactly.
Hey,
Yeah,
great,
exactly.
great to chat, Lawrence. Good luck up at Easter this weekend. You'll enjoy the views around there, no matter what. And then look
Awesome.
forward to seeing how you get on through the championship.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Ian.
Absolute pleasure, mate.
Awesome. Thank you.